Okay, so I was recording for like half an hour and then realized that I was muted, so I guess let's try it again. But big day, big day. MiHoYo dropped a new drip marketing of Faruzan and Scaramouche. Oh my god. Like, I can't believe that it finally happened. As you can see, like, it only happened like an hour ago. He already has, 136,000 likes. Like, people have been waiting for him, okay? Like we got introduced to Scaramouche in the Star event. The Star event happened like 3 or 4 months into the game, literally 2 years ago. Let that sink in. 2 years ago, we met Scaramouche, and now he's actually finally gonna be released. And not just that, but he's being released as a Nemo character instead of a Electro character. And let me just say this, like, I'm very happy. Like, I'm very happy that he's releasing as an Nemo character. First off, I just love Nemo. Like, Nemo is always the funnest element in the game, you know? Like, Kazuha is super fun to play with. Zhao is also super fun to play with, because they both have, like, this, they're very agility based, Like, they have these abilities that make them go left and right, up and down, whatever. And then, you of course have Heizo, which turned out to be the first martial arts user to actually use, fists and his feet to attack as a catalyst user. So yeah, like, Nemo is always the element that gives me the most surprises and is always like, Nemo characters think outside of the box, they always think of something interesting. But yeah, let's just judge the design real quick. So as you can see, like, they still kept the base design of his previous skin. You have the short sleeve kimono with the open chest. Of course, like, I'm very glad that they, kept the tight suit, because no one wants to look at a bare chest of Scaramouche, at least for me. But besides that, man, like, the colors, that's like the first thing that really jumps at you. He first had like the very black and the red and, this and that. But now, with all the blues, all the purples, the white, to contrast on the black, like, god, what a design. I'll be honest, like, this is insane. And I love how, because they made like a mix of blues and purples, his hair color really matches the design. You sometimes have characters that, like, their hair doesn't match their body at all. For example, I would argue that Nilo, like, the bright red and the very soft blue hues, like, it isn't the best match on the world, to be honest. At the same time, you could, make the argument that it's more interesting when you have like different colors, but I'm glad that, everything just like matches, everything just flows well. And I'm also very glad that they kept like the red around his eyes. I always just love characters with this, like, I think Zhongli has it as well. I think Zhao, if I remember correctly. I don't know, I always like it. It always gives the eyes like a little spice. But besides that, like, someone pointed out to me that this golden plume actually has a connection to Raiden Shogun. So I actually dug it up, and it is actually part of the plume, the husk plume. As you can see here, this gold ornament is proof of identity granted by the almighty Shogun. Interesting that he still wants to keep ties, like, he doesn't want to completely forget about his mother. And if you think back to his trailer where he was like, I want to shut off all my emotions, I want to forget my past, and, look into the future, become a god, or whatever. Then, like, if you compare it to that, it's pretty funny that he does want to keep ties in the end. Who knows what is going to happen? He turned from Electro to a Nemo. I guess we can only find out in the quest. Besides that, like, I really hope that Venti is actually gonna have like some screen time in his quest. Like, I would love for Venti to personally give him his vision in like a cutscene or something. Like, say something like, oh, you have suffered enough, here, become a free spirit, whatever. Who knows? Venti has a way of talking. So that would be pretty cool. It also just fits, and Nemo, like, the overarching, like, theme of Nemo has always been, like, free characters that, or characters that just want to be free, they seek freedom, it just matches Scaramouche. Like, it's just a perfect match. So I'm very glad that he's a Nemo. Like, I really love that he's a Nemo. You know, like any other element would probably be like, huh, why did he go from electro to, like, for example, cryo? Like, it makes no sense, but like, this makes sense, you know? As I said, you know, with Anemo, the meaning behind it, the theme behind it, like it's not weird that he switched from electro to Anemo. But yeah, that's basically Scaramouche. I would say let's go over to the Facebook, because they always post a bunch of story. Oh damn, like as you can see right here, you know, that's a fucking wall. So I would say let's just start reading. So Peregrinas, I already translated it. Apparently in Latin it means foreigner or alien or exotic. I'm pretty sure this is the name of his constellation, which again, you know, it fits perfectly with Scaramouche the Wanderer. So let's read this. Those who believe cast the gods in glory, while unbelievers witness how gods transcend. But as for him, I will not characterize him as either. All uncertainties are but foundations for his future path. Blessed one of wisdom, Mahakusaladhama, Buer. Wait, what? Wait a minute, so like, blessed one of wisdom, and you know, the Kusa here, this has to be Kusanali, this has to be Nahida. But Buer? Wait, what? For the people that don't know, Buer is a demon name. Buer is a demon name from the Book of Solomon. So, did they finally reveal the demon name of Nahida? You know, as we know, like, every single Archon has one of the demon names in the, you know, Book of Solomon, which has like 52 demons total. You know, for example, Morax, demon name, Barbatos, demon name, Baal, you know, is also a demon name. Buer seems to be the official demon name of Nahida. That is pretty interesting. Let's see, like Chiron. Chiron is basically like a dude in the underworld that carries around like souls from one destination to the other. You know, he's basically like a soul postman or something like that. Chief centaur of Greek mythology. He teaches natural and moral philosophy, logic, and the qualities and uses of all herbs and plants, and also capable of healing all infirmities, and bestows good familiars. Damn! Okay, I like that they gave her the Buer name. Like, this is literally a perfect match, you know? Like, all the, you know, philosophy, logic, and then, you know, the herbs and plants. Yeah, this is the perfect title for the Dendro Archon. I love that. Okay, sidetracked a bit, but, you know, that's pretty exciting that they added that, finally revealed her demon name. Let's check it out. So, the giant wall of text, let's see. This is for Scaramouche, of course. On a fateful night, a figure arrived at a place that had once been called Tatarasuna. There should no longer have been residents here, but as if destiny had decreed it, a farmer had come there, picking knackeweed to make a living. Thus it was under the moonlight that he saw a phantom figure standing on the edge of the cliff. This person wore a wide hat that concealed their face entirely. However, the farmer could hear breathing through the pitter-patter of the rain. A moment later, the figure spoke. This is how humans should breathe. The farmer was terrified that he might have encountered some spirit and hurriedly hid behind a rock. The figure spoke again. What are you afraid of? Would a passerby such as I hurt you? I am merely here to tend to the grave of a friend. Silence filled the air once more. The farmer peeked out from behind the rock and saw that the figure had vanished. A note drifted to the ground and was instantly soaked by the rain. 3 questions had been written on that piece of paper, along with answers that were not yet fully written. If humans have a heart, why do they not fear the hearts of others? Due to their inferior nature. How should one treat others, knowing full well their inferiority? How can one be a human without a heart? One without a heart is hardly human. Chills ran down the spine of the farmer as he finished reading the note. Tatarasuna had been deserted for many years, and it has been a long time since anyone came here to pay their respects. And even if there were, why would they appear on such a night? Damn, dude, I love that. I love that. That was actually such a cool piece of lore. So, obviously, they're referencing the little kid from the trailer. So, let me find it real quick. So I don't know which one it is, to be honest, right? Like, 3 people betrayed him, you know, his mother, which he still has the feather of, And then you have this blacksmith, which honestly I think he is the one in Tatarasuna, because Tatarasuna is, you know, all about the blacksmithing and stuff. So it would make sense for him to be the one. And also, oh my god, I just noticed something. Wait, the strand of hair, isn't that like the same strand of hair as Kazuha? Wait, could it be that Scaramouche was friends with a ancestor of Kazuha? Oh my god, how did I just realize this? What the hell? But yeah, like, if he tended to a grave of someone at Tatarasuna, then it could be him. You know, it could also be the kid, right? Because, well, we don't really know where this house is. It could honestly be in Tatarasuna. And besides that, also, this friend, this kid, betrayed him, you know, like in quotation marks. This kid betrayed him by dying. As he says here, powerless before his mortality. So basically just the kid died. So that does, like, that connection does make more sense to, like, the grave. Because in the story with the blacksmith here, they talk about that the blacksmith was afraid of his power. And then basically, like, you know, he saw me as an abomination. So there's, like, no talk about a grave here. So that would make less sense. So yeah, like, this is kind of confusing, man. Like, Tatarasuna makes more sense for the blacksmith, but the grave makes it more sense for it to be the kid. But I guess we'll find out. Like, I feel like it doesn't really matter which one of them it is. What is important, though, is that he's still tending to a grave, you know? Just like how we talked about with the, you know, golden leaf. He still has, like, these things that connect him to the past, which is surprising because he wants to let go of the past. Yeah, it seems like he turned over a new leaf, pun intended. Instead of trying to forget his past, he's instead trying to, like, come to terms with it, which is... No, actually, yeah, I like that. So that is basically Scaramouche. You know, we really did like an in-depth dive into his stuff, but fun nonetheless. Like, again, insane design. I fucking love this design. Like, I can't wait to summon for him. Like, it's a must summon for me. Not only is it a Nemo, one of my favorite elements, but also just like, you know, Scaramouche. Like, I don't know why, I've been like very excited for Scaramouche. Like, he's just a very interesting character. And I do really wonder how they're gonna turn him into like a good guy, or at least like not make him evil anymore. But I guess we'll see in the story. And now let's go over to Faruzan. Man, a completely new character. We literally heard nothing of her like ever, so I'm already assuming she's most likely gonna be more of like a side character. But nonetheless, let me go over to the Twitter picture. Man, what a design. I love this design. Like, actually insane. She looks so different. You know, the super bright hair, you know, twin tails are pretty common, but nonetheless, it like still it feels unique. She feels very unique. Like, I don't know, like the first thing that I thought of was Hatsune Miku, you know, like the bright hair, the twin tails, and besides that, like, she has the type of outfit that it looks like a performer's outfit, you know, like it literally looks like she's, you know, about to go on stage and break out some moves and start singing or something, I don't know. But yeah, a really cool design. As you can see here, her title is Machinist. So that is very interesting. She's in a patch, you know, in a region where it's all about plants and stuff like that. We're actually getting a machinist, so like I immediately have to think of King Deshret, you know, the Scarlet King. Maybe she's gonna be like a, I don't know, like a researcher that is very, you know, knowledgeable about machines and about like Deshret's machines, and maybe we're gonna have like a, you know, story quest with her where we're just gonna, you know, go into the desert and like try to understand all the advanced machines that they have there. I don't know what else to say. Like, I love this design. I love like the little like machine-like parts, you know, the bracelet, and such a cool design. I don't even know what to say. Flasculi Implexi, I already googled it. Apparently means entwined flowers. And you know, like she does have a few flowers. Look at that, you know, like flower here. But she is also a Nemo. And just looking at her, she's obviously going to be a 4-star. And because she's also a Nemo, this like immediately reminds me of Ito and Guro, you know, like two of the same element, a 5-star, 4-star, and it ended up, you know, being that the 4-star is a support for the 5-star. So I'm assuming that he is going to have a immediate support, which is honestly very nice, but at the same time, I do not want him to be dependent on Faruzan, right? Like, for example, for Ito, like, he's really dependent on Guro, to really get the most out of his abilities, because Guro just gives so much defense percent, which, Ito scales on. So to get the most out of Ito, you basically always pair him up with Guro. And I really hope that Scaramouche is just gonna be good on his own as well, and doesn't need her to actually get like good damage. But yeah, that's beside the point. I would say let's just jump into her story, because I'm really curious what type of character she is. Okay, let's read it. Much of the content found within this book originates from Madame Faruzan's theories and manuscripts. It is our hope that future generations of scholars will remember her name when she returns to the academia. Quote from the book Introduction to Ancient Machines. This text was released almost a century ago and is still on the Xaravar's essential reading list today. Wait, what? Wait. She wrote that a century ago. What? Wait, so she's not human. Wait, is she an actual robot? Wait, now I'm confused. Wait, my mind is actually... Whoa. Like, I don't even know what to say. I'm so confused about this. So she wrote that in the book Introduction to Ancient Machines, which was released a century ago. And here they also talk about it is our hope that future generations of scholars will remember her name when she returns to the academia. So that means that she's not at the academia right now? But she's, like, they assume here that she's going to be alive in future generations. So, wait. Yeah, she actually is not a human. Damn. So that already makes her really interesting. So could it be that she might be like a mechanical doll? Like, if you look at her posture, like, she actually does look kind of doll-like now that I think about it. That is pretty interesting. Let's read the rest, the big text. There is a legend circulating amongst the Xaravar students. If you have failed your mechanics exam, do not dare ask for remedial lessons from your displeased tutor. You can make your way to Haravatat next door and ask Madame Faruzan for some tips. Wait, so she is at the academia. Okay. There is no need to prepare a gift. Just remember to show sincerity and humility and call her Madam respectfully. That will be sufficient to get into the living encyclopedia of mechanics' good grace. Madame Faruzan explanations are simple to understand yet insightful, and her in-depth knowledge really makes people wonder if she had a hand in writing the syllabus. Her guidance will help resolve the most daunting problems, though there remain two problems that all students must overcome on their own. The first is how to hide their surprise when they see her youthful appearance. The second is to refrain from asking her why she has been shunned in the Haravatat despite having such erudition, and whether she should consider joining Xaravar. If you are unfortunate enough to commit one of these two foxes, you shall bear witness to rhetoric worthy of the household name in Haravatat, especially when in the field of criticizing and reprimanding others. Okay. I mispronounced a bunch of stuff because they, decided to use difficult words and were dumb. But, okay. So, in the text before, here they said, like, if she, like, once she returns to the academia, but suddenly here they talk about she is literally at the academia and she's part of the Haravatat. And just reading here, the Haravatat specializes in linguistics and ancient rune studies. So, that does make sense. She's all about the ancient machines. So it is pretty important to also, like, understand what the runes say. So it does make sense that she's part of the Haravatat. But one thing I do have to say immediately is that, like, I already feel like they're going down the same path of, the very stereotype of, oh, let's put, like, a character in a place of power, but make them young looking. So then every single conversation they have is just the same old thing of, oh my god, I didn't expect you to be so young. Oh my god, such insight for a young looking person. And then, they get mad about it for being called a young person. Like, we get it, man. We get it. Like, at this point, it's like, it's outplayed. I do hope that they're not gonna, like, just you know, bring that up over and over and over again. I just hope that she's actually gonna have like a nice personality outside of like stereotypes. But I guess we'll see in the quests. But yeah, that is basically Faruzan, a professor at the academia. Pretty interesting. So I'm very curious how it's gonna be and what type of quest we're gonna get with her. Very, very curious. And that is going to be Faruzan and Scaramouche. I hope you guys enjoyed the little insight, and it was fun just looking into it with you guys, seeing what the characters are about. And yeah, I guess this is it. I guess I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye bye.